Hey y'all, welcome back to the party. It is me, your girl BrittReacts. Still raspy, still husky, but I'm here. We're going to keep going with Brad Williams' Starfish comedy special in the way that I'm clipping it up because I couldn't find clips online, all right? Let's get into it.
Hell yeah, New York. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Look at this. This is awesome. Everyone's having fun here. See, that's why I love comedy. So many people are like, oh, comedy divides nowadays. No, it fucking doesn't. It does not divide. It's not dividing us. Think about what's happening right now. Right now, you're in a room with hundreds of strangers. You don't know these people. Right now, no one gives a shit who you voted for. No one gives a shit what race you are. No one gives a shit who you fuck. No one gives a shit what gender you identify as. Right now, everyone in this room at the exact same time is having the exact same thought. Dwarves are funny. It's awesome. It's wonderful. I'm glad comedy could be that place where everyone comes together and has fun. Because it seems like everything else is trying to divide us. Everything else. Oh my God, beer almost caused a civil war not too long ago. Beer, holy shit, and it happened overnight. Overnight. One night you drank a Bud Light, you were a redneck. The next night you were a transgender activist. That change was so fast, even transgender people were like, too much change. Now, for those of you who don't know what happened with Bud Light, let me explain.
Who doesn't know what happened with Bud Light? I'm just kidding. Y'all know I never know anything, so I would not be the one to judge. I think he's right. I think comedy, there are people who probably are feeling like it divides, but if it's done the right way and the audience is a good audience, like no one is there to think about any of that stuff. They just want to laugh. They actually came to the comedy show not to think about all that other stuff. I think it's true. All right, let's see what Brad's take on Bud Light Gate was.
There was a controversy. Dare I say, a brouhaha. The controversy happened when Bud Light announced they have a transgender spokesperson, and some people flipped the fuck out. I did not. I don't care. I want everyone to get a job. Like, I support transgender people. They're a marginalized group. I want them to be successful because I am also a marginalized group. I know. Some of you are like, but Brad, you're white. The other thing. I want transgender people to get spokesperson jobs because if they get spokesperson jobs, eventually Hollywood will work its way down to little people and I'll get a spokesperson job. And I could be a great spokesperson. I could sell you a product. I could sell you some light.
I'm just saying, like, that is kind of true. Like, how often do you see, as far as endorsements go, like a little person being signed to an endorsement deal? I never really thought about that.
True. I could sell you a product. I could sell you some Bud Light. That'd be a great commercial. Bud Light. It gets you a little drunk. Find it in the minibar.
Nailed it.
I think more companies should hire transgender people to be their spokespeople. Absolutely. Snickers, 100% should hire a transgender spokesperson because you're not you when you're hungry.
I saw that one coming. That was a good setup.
Grab a Snickers. May or may not contain nuts. Now, don't get me wrong. I am of two minds of this subject. One part of me wants every company to stop putting politics in their commercials. Leave it the fuck out. Don't tell me who you're voting for. Show me the product. Show me if it works. I'll decide if I want to buy it or not. That's part of me. But the other part of me wants every product, every company to pick an ideology and lean the fuck in. Make everything about your product about your ideology. I don't care about that because of politics. I don't give a shit about politics. I just want to see the commercials. I want to see those commercials. Can you imagine those commercials for those products? A liberal laundry detergent? You wouldn't want to watch that commercial? Libtide? Are you fucking kidding me? Like, That'd be a great ad. Liberal laundry detergent. We make all colors equally bright. Well, what does it do for the whites? It does nothing for the whites. It cancels the whites. Be a great commercial. You throw in a white t-shirt, it comes out a pride flag. Fucking hilarious. I want liberal laundry detergent and I want conservative maxi pads. Conservative maxi pads. How funny would that be?
Why?
Are you a strong conservative woman? Well, there's only one maxi pad strong enough to stand up against your red wave.
Dang, that was good. He's also got a really good voiceover voice. Like, why aren't companies hiring Brad? That was such a good voiceover voice. I did not see red wave coming, and now I can't unhear it. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
From the makers of My Pillow. QAnon
It took me a minute.
conservative maxi pads. Now with wings, but just the right wing. QAnon maxi pads. The box is blue and white because we know you bleed red.
Why are they so good? These are really good.
I know it sounds crazy, but it's coming, man. It's coming. Because everything divides us now. Everything. One of the most divisive things in our country right now is the news. The news. The news is not supposed to divide you. It's just supposed to be information. But even they have an agenda. Their agenda is they want you to watch more news. They try to get you mad at each other. They make you think everyone in our country is either on the far left or the far right. And I don't think that's the case. I think the vast majority of us are sick and tired of the far left and sick and tired of the far right, okay?
Agreed, 100%.
We're hanging out in the middle. We're not far left.
You know what else I think? This might be a hot take, but I think that most of the people on social media and, you know, in said comments, the ones that say they call the far right, or the far left, those people are the fars. Like, I don't ever, in talking to my friends and family, address an opposing ideology, thought, or anything as the far anything. Does this make sense? It's just like, I just stand on the fact that if you are continuously in my comments and anyone else's comments blaming the far right or left, you are the exact opposite of what you're blaming, all the way to the far side. I said it. 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 And I mean it.
We're hanging out in the middle. We're not far left. We're not like, wear 5 masks, get vaccinated 14 times, never go outside. If you do go outside, if you're alone, by yourself, in a car, wear a mask. If you're masturbating, wear 2 masks. And goggles for a completely separate reason. Never go outside. There's too many variants. You go outside, you'll kill your grandma. We're not that. And we're not Florida.
As someone who just recently moved from Florida, I lived in Florida for 3 years, against my own will, if I might add. If you know, you know. There you go. Except for South Florida. South Florida is like its own place. Anyway, that was a good joke is all I'm saying.
Florida. And the main ideology of both sides is simply that they're not the other side. That's all they argue. We're not those guys. When really they have a lot in common. Both sides are snowflakes. Both sides can't take a fucking joke to save their life. Both sides try to cancel shit. Both sides, they see one thing they don't like, they try to shut it down. Right now there's a group on the far right that's trying to cancel the children's show Peppa Pig. Peppa
Really?
Pig. I know you're confused, because if you know that show, you know Peppa Pig is a great show. It's charming. It's about a bunch of farm animals. They have British accents. They all have human characteristics. It's a delightful show. But the controversy happened when the show announced they want to introduce a same-sex couple on their show. They want 2 male dogs, and they're going to have a dog kid. Me, I was like, great, that's wonderful. Representation matters. But for some people, they got very upset. They're like, well, I don't want my son seeing some dogs do some gross shit. He watches your dog lick its own asshole. Well, it might turn him gay. No, it won't. No, it fucking won't. Because nothing turns you gay. Nothing. I can watch 90 hours of gay porn. I'm not going to be like, I wonder what's on Bravo.
The flick. The foot flick.
Now, I understand there's going to be people out there that disagree with me. And I also know that as a comedian, I'm probably not going to change your mind. All I can say is, what are you truly afraid of in that situation? What do you think's gonna happen? Because it's a children's show. All that's gonna happen, there's gonna be two male dogs, they'll stand next to each other, they might hold hands, and the kid will call both of them dad. That's it.
Here's the issue, guys. For children who have only ever seen, and this is households where this exists, there are more and more households nowadays where a lot of children are exposed to same-sex relationships. But for the households that aren't, and they've been watching Peppa this whole time, and there's not been a daddy and a daddy, a daddy pig and a mommy, or daddy, you know what I'm saying, two dads, that is going to bring about a question that perhaps their parents are not ready to answer to their 3, 4, and 5-year-old. I think it's that simple. I think most people do agree, like, live your life, do your thing, right? But I think where the buck kind of stops for a lot of people is like, I don't want to have to introduce these ideals, these different lifestyles to my child before I feel they should. I think it's that simple. Now, again, if you live in a household where there are two dads, or you live in a household where you have a lot of friends that are like that, then it's probably not that big of a deal. But it is that big of a deal to some parents because they haven't been able to address it with their 3-year-old. And why should a 3-year-old be having a conversation with their mom and dad about two mommies, two daddies, or two, you know, why? A 3-year-old should be thinking about like freaking juice and what crayon they want to eat today.
They'll stand next to each other, they might hold hands, and the kid will call both of them dad. That's it. Your worst fear is not going to come true. You're not going to turn on a children's show and it's going to be two dogs sucking on each other's pink things, okay? That's not going to go down. It's not going to be like, which one's the gay dog? Oh, the one with 9 nipples pierced. That is not... There's not going to be a very special episode where Peppa Pig comes out and is like, are you a top dog or a bottom dog? It's not... The dog's not gonna howl and be like, ow. No. The dog's not gonna introduce himself and be like, okay, my pronouns are arf and rough.
Brad, please. Please.
Both sides cancel shit. Right now, there's a group on the far left in Canada that successfully canceled the name of a youth hockey division because they said it was too offensive. Don't worry, I'll tell you the name.
In Canada?
The name of the youth hockey division, and it's been this way for years, has always been the midget division. Now, I feel like I'm uniquely qualified to talk about this. And me personally, I was not offended. I was not. To me, it made sense. Kids, small, midget division, okay. I'm also kind of proud. We're the only disability that got our own division. The only one. The only one. Nobody else got their division. You can't go out on a Friday and watch the cystic fibrosis slap the puck. It's not gonna happen. But some people got offended, and they complained, and they changed the name of the division. The problem is that the new name, I think, is worse.
What is it?
It is, because the new name of the youth hockey division in Canada is the under-18s. Right?
Predator much?
That's icky as shit. Oh my God, the under-18s? What the fuck? You can't go to your friends and be like, hey, it's Friday night. Let's go watch the under-18s.
Why not just be a little more creative? You can call them the pucks, the ducks, the dogs, the youth league. Like, I don't understand. Who's in charge? Canada? Who's in charge? What and why?
Fuck? You can't go to your friends and be like, hey, it's Friday night. Let's go watch the under-18s. You can't say that. The under-18s, my God. Why don't you just call it the barely legal division?
That is
bad. The commissioner can be Jared from Subway.
That is bad. That is bad.
The under 18s, you can't call a youth hockey division the under 18s. Nobody's gonna want to score on the under 18s. At least not before the first period. Now,
Brad.
some of you, that joke may have offended you.
Brad.
Okay. I'm not saying you're not allowed to be offended. I'm not saying that at all. I'm not saying you're not allowed to have things that you don't like and you don't prefer. Absolutely not. I'm just saying that we should probably draw a line between I don't like it and it
It's
should
bad.
not exist. There has to be a compromise in between those.
I think that is a beautiful, beautiful point. And I think that's a great place to stop until part 3. I really like that last statement. There needs to be a line between I don't like something and it really shouldn't exist. Just because you don't like it doesn't mean it shouldn't exist. Boop, there it is. I love this guy. He's so, like, inappropriate. All right, guys. I will see you in part 3 very soon. Go and have the day you deserve. Bye.